Welcome to Guitar Gab with Mr. Ryan. I'm Mr. Ryan, and I'm pleased to invite you all for the very first incarnation session of Guitar Gab with Mr. Ryan. We're going to be learning how to play the guitar. How exciting is that? Now, I've been playing guitar for about 10 years on and off. My first ever job was at a place called Guitar Center, and they were a store that sells guitars. So I thought, what better work experience to have than to buy myself a guitar and learn how to play. So I cashed in my first paycheck, and that's what I did, and I've been learning to play ever since. Now I thought, before we actually get into playing the guitar, it's important to learn about the guitar, the different parts of a guitar, and learn about what makes it make such beautiful music, right? So we can think about almost like a guitar being like a human being, right? So what do human beings have? We have bodies. And this is the body of the guitar. There are many different types of bodies and many different shapes and sizes, just like people. This body, you'll notice, goes in and then comes right back out. This is called a dreadnought style acoustic guitar, and you'll notice something about the body. It's hollow. It's nice and hollow. There's a big hole here that's called the sound hole, and the guitar is completely hollow on the inside. It's made of nice mahogany wood, and the guitar is hollow on the inside. That is because when we play the strings, the sound travels through the guitar, and those waves bounce off the walls of the interior of the guitar and echo and reverberate outward, making it nice and loud, right? That's called the body of the guitar. Now this is called the bridge. This is where our strings come from. This is called the bridge here, and this little white piece, this is called a saddle. Right? And so just like a person sits on the saddle of a horse, the strings sit on the saddle of the guitar, right? These black things, but they don't always have to be black, these are called bridge pins. And they are what keep our strings inside of the guitar. Now guitars have 6 strings. Sometimes they can have more, sometimes they can have less. But typically, standard acoustic guitars will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. There are 6 strings that stretch from the bridge all the way up here to the nut, and then stretches to the headstock where they're lashed on. Right? These 6 strings are all you need are 6 strings to make lots of beautiful music. Now these strings stretch across this long piece here. What is this called? Well, this is the body, and this is the head. This is called the neck. This is called the neck, and the neck is a long, narrow piece of wood in the middle of the guitar. And the neck has a hard piece of wood, a very hard piece of wood with very little pores, called the fretboard, that stretches all the way up. Fretboards are usually very hard wood. Cherry wood or rosewood is usually favorable for fretboards because of how hard and durable they are. Now along the fretboard, you'll notice these metal things, these little metal, almost look like saddles sticking up. These are called frets. That's why it's called the fretboard. These are called frets. And it's important to learn about the frets because in order to learn how to make different sounds and different guitar chords, it's all about putting your fingers on certain frets in certain motions, right? We want to learn how to place our fingers in different areas, in different frets, and learn how to utilize these different finger positions to make nice chords. Moving up, this is called the head of the guitar, or the headstock. The headstock contains something called a nut here, which is where our strings come up, and then it has these pegs here that they're attached to. These pegs keep the strings on the guitar, and these things sticking out from the side, these are called tuning pegs. And we'll turn these in order to be able to tune your guitar, right? So it's very important to have a nicely tuned guitar, and it's very important to know the parts of a guitar if you're going to learn how to play. One other thing I almost forgot to mention, this thing here, this is called a pick guard. This nicely colored thing is usually made of plastic or usually painted onto the inlay of the guitar. And this is here so it keeps our guitar wood from getting scratched from something we use called the guitar pick. A guitar pick is like a little triangle. It comes in all sorts of different colors. And a guitar pick is usually used, but it's not always necessary to play songs. Guitar pick lets you get a nice, even sound from your guitar. Now, last but not least is learning how to hold your guitar. If you have a guitar strap like I'm wearing, you can just let it hang. But make sure it's not too low or also not too high. You want your guitar at a comfortable position, usually around your upper abdomen or stomach, so that you can play the strings without struggling too hard and hold the neck with ease. So I'm glad you guys were able to join us today and learn a little bit about the anatomy of a guitar and a little bit about how to hold it. It's okay if you don't have a strap. You can actually just take a seat or put a knee up. Alright, what you want is to be able to have a nice, comfortable, firm hold of the guitar. That's the first thing you should learn how to do, is how to hold it comfortably, because if you're not comfortable, it's not going to be easy to learn it. Well, I hope you guys can join me for some more sessions of learning how to play the guitar in Guitar Gab with Mr. Ryan. I sure enjoyed seeing you guys today, and I hope you guys learn some guitar with me or learn how to practice a little bit, because practice makes perfect. Until next time, I'll be seeing you. Goodbye.